Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Hurteau, Climate Program Director for the Nature Conservancy in New Mexico. It's hard to believe that a year has already passed since the last Think Trees conference. And a year ago, my colleagues and I were giving you a presentation about the Climate Ready Trees project. Well, we're back again to give you an update on how things are going and what's happened over the past year. So what's happened over the past year is that all of the Climate Ready Trees information is available on our website, nature.org/New Mexico Trees. You can find the full report and direct links to 6 location types. We have broken the list down into these 6 location types and subdivided the list to help people like yourselves connect to the right tree in the right place. And hopefully this will allow you to link together the characteristics of the trees with the characteristics of the site and making sure that the two line up for these climate ready trees. So let's talk about what climate ready means. Well, Albuquerque Metro Area is moving from a USDA hardiness zone 7B to a 9A. That means in 30 years, our temperature in the summertime is going to be like El Paso is now. And in 80 years, at the end of century, we're looking at temperatures like what Tucson is now. And to meet our cold tolerance scoring for this, we wanted to make sure that trees we were planting now could withstand the winter snow temperatures like we're having this week. So we looked at species that were cold tolerant to ABQ now in 30 years and evaluated them based on the cold tolerance that would be the same as El Paso now for the end of century scoring. So digging in a little bit into the scoring, just to remind you of what that means, we looked at the climate criteria, which included soil type and drought tolerance and those heat and cold tolerances that I just mentioned, along with a bunch of bonus information that's really just available to help people once they have matched up the location site to the right climate ready tree list or group of trees, then they can use the bonus columns to sort of figure out, which of those groups of trees might be best for their clients or their yard. So how do you use this report? Well, we've tried to make it as easy as possible for you. This list is good for USDA hardiness zone 9A, which is the Albuquerque Metro Area. But it turns out that there are lots of other cities and towns across New Mexico that also land in USDA hardiness zone 9A at end of century, which includes Carlsbad, Hobbs, Deming, Socorro, Corrizozo, Roswell, and Farmington. So any of those cities or outlying areas that are projected to be in climate zone, hardiness zone 9A at the end of century can all use this list. We want to draw your attention again to the location types. Again, we have 6 location types that range from green stormwater infrastructure, narrow streets to parks and plazas. So all of those sort of common location types have subdivided lists to just help point you in the direction for the trees that might do best under those kinds of conditions. I also want to point your attention to the asterisks that are on this list. And those are the places where you might need to do a little bit more research, whether that means you dig into our spreadsheet to see that there might be some iffiness on the cold tolerance, so you would want to plant it in a warmer space, or maybe there's some distinction about how much flooding tolerance it has. So those are the places where you just might want to dig in a little bit further. Some of the species that are on this list are difficult to find right now. And so we're hoping that through the development of this list, we can work with nurseries and growers to expand the species that are commonly available in our local nurseries. And also that this is, it takes a lot of time and investment for those nurseries and growers to bring those species to public spaces, to full production. And so through the propagation process. And so we need to be patient with our growers and nursery partners as they develop these species in full propagation. Finally, the last thing that I just want to mention is that this is meant to be a living document. This was the first step. This is the first time that we'd ever developed a list like this. And I know there's a lot of tree species lists out there that you can draw from, but we're hoping that this just would give you the idea of what trees to plant to make sure that over the tree's lifespan, over the next 100 years or maybe more, that we are planting them in a place that they can thrive in the future climatic conditions that they will experience. And as we move through these different areas, we're hoping to expand. So the next steps that we have on this project are to expand the list to 5 new climate zones to incorporate all of New Mexico. And really, we're working across state line in New Mexico and Arizona. My friend Erin Mayer, who is the Urban and Community Forest Program Manager at New Mexico State Forestry, is leading this charge. And we're working with our counterparts in Arizona to expand the list to climate zones there as well. We're also planning to reach out to pueblos and tribes throughout the state to see if there are particular trees that they want evaluated and to create an individualized list for them. And it's really important that if you have expertise in any of these other climate zones that are projected, really 7B through 10A, that you reach out to either myself or Erin to see how you can participate as we develop these lists. So again, I just want to extend a hand to our nursery and grower colleagues, and hopefully working with them on making more of these varieties available and continue to learn through demo projects and the lived experience of all of the tree experts that attend Think Trees conference to help update and make for future recommendations for this. Finally, I just say that my contact information is here if you want to reach out to talk about other climate zones or you have trouble accessing the list. Again, all of this information is on our website at nature.org/New Mexico Trees. I hope you have a really great conference and we'll see you soon. Take care.